Why aren't you wealthy? That's one of the first questions that's asked in this book. Why aren't you wealthy? And you can chalk it up to circumstance. You can chalk it up to the reality that, oh, I wasn't dealt the best cards. Like it sucks. I didn't have the same benefits as the next man, the next person. Let me tell you this: you're grown. You can't rely on not having the best cards. You got to make something shake. You got to make something happen. Because let me put this into your mind so you can understand the gravity of the situation of what wealth actually is. Let's say your loved one got into a car accident and they needed money for a medical procedure, but you just don't have it because you decided to put it off till tomorrow to figure out how to gain wealth. That's gonna suck, right? It's gonna suck when you can't take care of your spouse because you're not making enough money to to do anything. When you are forced out on the street and you don't have anything left, it's gonna suck when the reality of the situation hits you that, hey, I could have locked in now so later on I didn't have to worry about this, but I didn't do it. You have to live with that. This book and what it actually means to me, it it's really just an understanding of what you can actually become. Because no, I'm not wealthy yet, but the mindset and the belief that I will be fairly soon is there. Because I wake up with this weight on my shoulders that something can happen at any moment. Somebody can you get a call when something can happen at any moment. And if you're not ready for it, you're going to hate yourself. Your life is going to be a living hell. Let me tell you, you have to figure out how to get wealthy. You have to figure out how to become wealthy. I'm figuring this out. I'm telling you, I wasn't dealt the cards that I needed to be dealt when I was a teenager. I wasn't. I'm 20 years old now. I'm 20 years old now, and I understand that I'm still young and I still have time to develop. But let me tell you this: you need to have some urgency because 20 can fly by. You're gonna be 40 by tomorrow. You need to have some urgency every single day. You got to know what you're doing this for. You got to know what you're getting up for. You got to have a why. Because let me tell you, life is not linear and it will get hard. Most days, life will it'll beat your fucking ass. It'll get real difficult for you sometime. And that's it sucks, but that's the reality of the situation. We're grown now, man. We're not kids anymore. I seen so many people like on the street and they're older than me. They're twice my age. They're just doing nothing. You don't want to be like them. I know the people in your environment you don't want to be like. It makes no sense to be like them. They haven't done anything for anybody, especially not themselves. So, and a lot of times those people are the first ones to criticize, and that's very interesting to me because the people who judge you the most are the ones you don't want to be like. A person that you want to be like is never going to judge you for trying. That's what you need to understand. A person who hates themselves and they're jealous and they don't know how to deal with their inadequacies, they're gonna judge you every single time. They're gonna tell you that you're worthless. They're gonna tell you that you're useless, and they're gonna make you try to bring you down. But in reality, you can't let that noise in. You have to protect the door to your mind. This is the one thing that you have, especially when you're not wealthy yet. You have to protect the belief that you could be more than you are. That's the truth. That's the reality of the situation. You have to protect the belief that you could be more than you are because you have been dealt certain cards that are rough. They're not easy. They're not easy at all. They're rough and they suck sometimes. But you have an obligation to handle your business no matter what. That's the reality of the situation. You have the obligation to handle your business. I say this out of understanding it can be hard sometimes. It can be hard to get up. It can be hard to, read the book. It can be hard to break certain habits. but it's crucial that you do right now. It's crucial you do today. Because if you don't break the habits and do what you need to do today, your life is going to suck. It's going to suck. You're going to have a very hard and rough time. And you're not going to be able to support your loved ones. You're not going to be able to support your girlfriend, right? You're going to be bumming off everybody, freeloading, right? That sucks. It sucks not having your own things. It sucks not putting yourself in the right position right now because you put it off till next week. For what? You don't have anything else to do. What else is there to do other than try? Other than try to become wealthy, other than try to have a better life for yourself. What else is there to do? You don't have anything else. Nothing else is more important than today. Nothing else is more important than now. You can keep putting off all you want, but let me tell you, me and mine, we're going to be good. I'm no longer putting anything off to my future. Nothing that can make me better, nothing that can make me smarter, that can make me stronger, that can make me fitter. I'm trying 150% every single fucking day because there's nothing else that I want. What else is if all you want to do is to be better? What else do you do? I don't want to go to parties. I don't want to go to clubs. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to be more than I am. And in order to be more than I am, I just got to do what I already want to do, which is do better, which is go to the gym, which is work out, which is eat the right things, which is read the books, which is listen to the podcast, which is stay away from the dumb sluts. It doesn't. Nothing matters. Nothing matters other than getting wealthy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing matters than getting wealthy because wealth is a tool that you can use to structure your life. Because once you use the wealth to structure your life, you have less worries. You have less worries. You can actually start worrying about the real things, the real parts of life. You can worry about the actual struggles and not what I'm going to eat tonight. You can worry why Susie is upset at Mark at the dinner table instead of, oh, what are we going to eat tonight? And I can't worry about them right now because I got this focus, and you build resentment towards your kids. This wealth thing comes into a lot of stuff. The wealth that you have, that you are used to, is a mindset. And once you can develop the mindset of a wealthy individual, you can be better. You gotta know you can't waste any minute, and you gotta cherish everything like the way you cherish your money. You gotta start cherishing your time like you cherish your money. That's what you gotta do because you keep just wasting time for no reason. But I bet you wouldn't waste money if rent was due. But you think that you can just waste, man. At some point you're gonna have to take some accountability for where you are. Because everything that happened in your life up until this point is your fault. That's fine. That's totally understandable. But it's not fine to stay there. It's not fine to continue to be that way. You have an obligation. Your obligation is to be better than you are. For not only you, yes, you are very important. You are the most important thing, but for your family, wealth is not just wealth. Wealth is a tool to structure your life. I've said this before. You need to pay attention and you need to learn how to be wealthy. You need to build a wealth mindset. And I'm going to do research to figure out how to build a wealth mindset. And I'm going to share that with you so you can develop your wealth mindset with me because I'm telling you, I'm going to be rich. This is the first video. This is the first video. I'm telling you, I'm going to be rich. I see no other future. I'm telling you, I'm going to be rich, and I need you to have that same mindset. I need you to be rich. I need you to be rich. I need you to be fit. I need you to have the wealth tool to access to support your families and your loved one. I need you to be real with me. You have not been serious up until this point. You have not been serious about building the life that you want. I need you for a second to be real. Take these words with caution. You are a dream chaser, which means by any means necessary, you're going to chase your dreams no matter how you feel. Your stomach hurts, too bad. You're tired, too bad. You're upset, too bad. You are a dream chaser, and I need you to acknowledge that. And once you really genuinely acknowledge the fact that you're a dream chaser, I swear to God, you're going to just strive farther than you ever have in your life. Thank you for watching. Remember, you're a dream chaser. Start acting like it.